Hello everyone. In this video, we'll try to understand the basic concepts of a database called tables and schemas, right? So when you talk about table, a table is collection of data, right? Organized in the form of rows and columns. So if you see here, so this is a typical, the table how it looks like, right? So it has somewhere around 15 rows and somewhere around 11 columns, right? So we can also say the table in a different way, so table is a simple form of data storage, obviously, right? So that's what we say, right? The collection of data organized, right? So we can also say, in other words, a simple form of data storage. So a table is also considered as a convenient representation of a data, a relationship of a data, right? So if you see this first row is like one full information, right, about a particular, the product. If you see the first row, what is the organization ID, what is the product ID, what the shipment ID, and the customer ID related details, and sales, discount, all the information, right? So each row will have one particular information, right? So when you talk about an org ID, maybe each row will have information about org ID or customer ID or sales, whatever, right? So it's very clear. So table is also considered as a convenient way of representation of a relations, right? Again, we said, right, so organized in the form of rows. So this is the row, and we have columns like market fact ID, org ID, product ID, ship ID, etc. So hope you understand what is tables, right? Now we'll quickly talk about schemas. So, so by now we understood, right, the power of database. So most of the companies, or organization needs the database, right? Let's say for an organization, maybe, a retail industry. So so not just retail, any typical industry, they'll have a different departments. Like they'll have HR department, they'll have marketing department, financial department, operational departments, IT department, maybe non-IT department, whatever, right? They'll have different departments, right? When you talk about the HR department, so HR department may have couple of tables. We just discussed what is tables, right? So like, the employee information, like, when did he join, his email ID, his, employee ID, etc. And the second table about his personal information, and the third table which project he is working on, and the fourth table about his timesheets, etc., etc. Right? When you talk about the marketing, right? So who are our clients? So which vertical we are working, etc., etc., right? So each domain will have lots of tables, right? Now, for example, HR has somewhere around 20 tables, marketing team has 10 tables, like that, for this four different, departments, I have somewhere around 60 tables. Now, do you really think keeping those 60 tables under, uh, the same structure makes sense? For example, right, when you talk about the movies, right? So we have Tollywood movies, Collywood movies, Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies. So typically what we do, we create a movie folder, right? Inside a movie folder, what we do, we create a subfolders like Hollywood, Tollywood, something like that, right? Inside in the relevant folders, we put the relevant movies. Like inside the Tollywood, we'll put all Telugu movies, Bollywood, all Hindi movies, right? So we are creating a folders and subfolders, to differentiate the movies, right? In the similar way, I also need some kind of folders, right? Just for our understanding, right? Some kind of folders where I can store the relevant tables, and that's called the schema. Clear? So we can call a schema as a collection of relevant tables for the particular department or particular use case, right? In case of MySQL, so schemas and database are same. But when you talk about, some other database like Oracle, IBM DB2, etc., right? Schemas and databases are different. So so when you talk about any other database other than MySQL, so in the place of schemas, we'll have a database, right? You can create a database. Inside the database, you can have multiple, schemas. Where in case of MySQL, Both schemas and database are same, right? So don't worry. What we'll do is in the next video, we'll try to create a schemas database. We'll try to understand what exactly it is in terms of MySQL. So our focus in this series is MySQL. So hope you understand the topics which we discussed in this video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.